Here we are again, and I want to start off a little differently today. Oh, by the way, this is Tracy Brinkmann. Of course, you're here for another episode of Your Success at Last Tips to Improve Performance podcast. But we're going to be switching things up here. So I'm going to try something for the next couple of weeks. And what I want to do, I've been doing these things, over a year now, and they've been coming at you kind of sporadically. Some of them have been really long. Some of them have been pretty random. And I'm going to try something a little differently. I want to switch this up to a daily podcast. Here's what I want to do. I want to give you a daily podcast that focuses on some of the core areas for your success. And 3 of the days, we're going to talk about not every single day, Monday through Sunday, but certainly a Monday through Friday. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave 2 of those days open for some random inputs, some new learnings I may come across, maybe coming out of a seminar, a new book, new class, new teachings. But on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I want to give you some pretty specific topics, some kind of the 3 key areas that I seem to come across as being some of the anchors. And we'll go into that in a minute. But what I want to do is on those other 2 days, those open format days, so I want to insert some ideas that may integrate those 3 or may go off on a whole new tangent, but they're all going to be designed to help create that success that you want in your life, in your relationships, and even in your business. Each day, here's what we're going to do on top of that, is I want to hit you with a question. And I've got some questions already set up, but these questions are designed to make you pause and think about what it is that you want, what it is that you're doing, or what it is you're not doing, and where you want to go with your success at last. And in each podcast, what I want to do, and some of these got really long, I want to make each podcast about 10 minutes long. Now, today's may run a little long because I'm giving you this intro up front, but generally they're going to be about 10 minutes long, so you can do them, while you're going on a little stroll, putzing around the house, something that's real long that I might lose you in. And every once in a while they may get a little longer, and I'll share with you that up front. But I don't want you to get lost. I want to keep you in the flavor, give you a flavor of what's going on with the Success at Last podcast, and then give you a flavor more of what's inside Success at Last that's coming towards you. So here's what the format's going to be. All right. So Monday is going to be Motivation Monday. Mondays are going to be focused on tips and techniques that are going to help you increase, enhance, and improve your motivation. And most people go into Monday demotivated. Oh my God, it's Monday. And if you're not motivated to do something, you're just not going to do it. So we're going to use Monday to help bring you up and kickstart your week off in a good way. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays, like I mentioned, are going to be open. So we're going to have different topics on Tuesday or Thursdays. They're not going to be specifically geared towards any one category of success. It'll be pretty open. We'll use these open days to create some content based on either new learnings or studies I've done and given to you at a new angle, and maybe old stuff with a new twist. The idea is to re-inspire you to reach your success at last. Okay? Now on Wednesday is going to be Winning Attitude Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be all about your attitude. Again, giving you those focus on tips and techniques that will increase, enhance, or improve your attitude. And we all have an attitude, right? I know I have an attitude, and I'm willing to bet you have an attitude too. Here's the question. Is it the one you want? So we're going to work on getting you that attitude that you want. Thursday, again, like Tuesday, is going to be open, so I won't repeat myself there. And then finally Friday, Goals Friday. Obviously, this is going to be all about goals. We all know successful people set and strive for goals. So how can you hit a goal? We're going to talk about how you can hit those goals, but I think one of the key things is you have goals, because how can you hit a goal you're not aiming at, right? And worse yet, how can you hit a goal that you don't have? So we're going to be talking about goals, setting goals, how to reach your goals, going into some of the finer nuances of striving and goal attainment. Okay? So that's going to be the new layout. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to be focused on those 3 areas: motivation, attitude, and goals. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to go into some general topics, some off topics. I'm going to try this format for a while, and let me, as you're going through it, let me know what you think. All right? So drop me some comments comments, leave me some notes on Facebook at Your Success at facebook.com/successatlas, or you can go to yoursuccessatlast.com to the podcast section and please drop comments in there and let me know what you think. What do you like? What do you don't like? Is it too short? Hey, Tracy, I like the other ones. Oh, what the heck are you doing? Don't mess with it. Or you love it. Whichever it is. All right? So, we're already 5 minutes into what I said was going to be about 10 minutes. So, be warned, this is going to be a little longer than 10 minutes like I mentioned. But here's what we got. Here's what I want to start with. What I want to do is, like I mentioned, I want to start with you with a question. I want to start each one of these podcasts with a little question, a little something to make you think. I could put it at the end, but I want to get you thinking at the beginning. So here's Monday's question is going to be, how do you feel? All right, it's Monday morning. Maybe you're getting up and going to work, or maybe you're listening to me on your way to work, or you're listening to me on your way home. You're pausing to listen at lunch. How do you feel? I mean, just take a minute and listen. Listen to your head. Listen to your heart. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel happy? Are you sad? Are you going through tough times? You got some craziness going on in your world. I mean, I just went through some craziness myself. We went through a big move, and the movers just totally trashed so much of our stuff. I've moved so many times in my life, as if you've listened to me any given number of times, my dad was in the military, and we moved every couple of years. So I've moved a lot over the course of my life, and never in my entire life, as a child or as an adult, have I ever had my personal belongings treated in such an abysmal way. So I feel you if you're going through some tough times. I know my best friend's going through some really tough times right now. Trying to help him with that, and helping with just listening sometimes is good helping me. So the question is, how do you feel? Now I want to follow that question up with another one. And I won't always do this, but today I want to, and that's, how do you want to feel? So as you're starting your week and you're sitting there thinking, God, I'm just not looking forward to the week. Or, hey, this is going to be a great week. I got this going on. I got that going on. And if that's how you want to feel, then you're already miles ahead of so many others, right? And if it's not, all right, then we're going to talk about some tips and techniques that might help get you there. So how do you feel and how do you want to feel? All right, so here's what we want to do. Is on Monday's Motivation Monday. So what I want to talk to you today is about waiting, right? I mean, so many of us got things we want to do, but we wait. I want you to stop waiting for the moon and the sun and the stars to align, the heavens to open up and, right? Whoever you happen to believe in, shine his beam of empowering light down upon you and say, bing, now's the time to start. I mean, think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, or heard yourself say, I'll get started when? Ladies and gentlemen, trust me when I say that is the freaking kiss of death. You cannot wait for the moon and the stars and the planets and the universe to align. There will be no opening of the clouds and no, whoa, right, angels singing in harmony down upon you. Okay? I mean, you're going to have to reach out and start aligning the universe yourself. Right? And I just said that to finish off my analogy, not to get all woo-woo on you. But I mean, here, let me go back. About a year ago, I was talking to a fellow cheer parent. And again, I'm the crazy cheer dad. And I'm sadly having to say my daughter is reaching the end of her cheer years. And it's going to be a sad day. But I digress. I was talking to a fellow cheer parent about this time last year, maybe a little earlier, and she was telling me how she was wanting to start this little home business making bows, which, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, in the cheer community is very, very popular. All those little girls love them bows, and the big girls love their bows too. I know my daughter has some 50 bows she's collected, and she won't part with them. So anyway, she was talking about how she had to wait till after tryouts. Okay, fair enough. I mean, that was only a couple of weeks from now, so certainly she could do, some paper planning, get things kind of coordinated. And then when it was all over, I asked her again, hey, how's it going? Well, we got the summer stunt camps and we got stretch camps, and she wants to do a flyer, so we got to go to a flyer camp. And then there's that vacation that we wanted to take up in the mountains, so that we're going to take that. And, I haven't gotten out all spring yet or early summer to work on my garden, and it's starting to look atrocious. But you know what? And I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, right? The story doesn't stop there. A month or two later, I asked her again, how's the boat project coming along? Because I was really excited. I had thought about doing something like this myself, and I'd seen some other ladies and at some of the events we'd gone to out there making their own bows, and girls just walking up and they're buying from them. I thought what a great idea. So I asked her again about her bow practice, and she was telling me, "Oh my God, I would so love to, but we're in the middle of where the season's just started. We got all the practices going on, so she's down. My daughter's down here like 3 days of the week in the gym, and of course that doesn't include her private lessons. And on top of that, she wants to come in for, dollar nights and all the other times. So I think we're gonna have to wait till when the season gets settled in, and then." Shortly after that, where this story's going, don't you, right? Where she was saying, hey, we're in the middle of cheer season, and we're traveling almost every weekend to cheer competitions. And, after that, it's Thanksgiving, and there's Christmas, and that's all about the family time. So, I can't take time away from my family. And after that, wow, the season's almost over, and we won our bid to Worlds, right? Which is a really good thing. And we're going to be going into Hell Week, which means we're going to be in the practice gym almost every day for the next week and a half to 2 weeks. And then after that, it is the Worlds competition. So we're going to fly down to Florida, and then after Worlds, it's phew. I need a break. I just need to sit down and relax and decompress. And then guess what? After that, if I would have asked her, I've been willing to bet she would have said, well, tryouts are just around the corner. So you see, they come full circle. And she was like, I need to focus on that. So no matter when you want to start, let's be honest, it's never going to be the perfect time. Let me say that again. It is never going to be the perfect time, right? Money's going to be tight. Time is going to be short. There are going to be things looming on the horizon, tugging at your focus. But if you don't take the first step towards your goal, I guarantee you will never take the second step. If you don't take the first step towards your goal, you'll never be there any closer in 1 day or 1 month or 1 year than you are right now. So stop. Take a single step. Do one thing. You know what's going to happen is you'll take that first step, and that step will be motivation. It will motivate you to take the next step, and that will motivate you to take the next, and the next, and so on, and so on. And they told two friends, and they told two friends. And for those of you who don't understand that, I just dated myself on a really old commercial. All right, so here's what's going to happen is if you start taking that first step, and it motivates you to take the next, and so on, right? Next thing you know, you're going to be miles down your road to success, and you're going to be far closer to your goal, your dream, your desire than you ever imagined you would be. You'll be so far ahead, you'll have forgotten about some of the things that were pulling at your focus before, right? And again, the time and the situation are never going to be perfect. I mean, if you wait for that perfect storm to start your goal, odds are you're going to be waiting for most, if not really, let's be honest, all your life. So, if you don't start tomorrow, when are you going to start? If you don't start today, when are you going to start? If you didn't start yesterday, start today, right? So go right now. Well, not right now. I mean, after you finish listening to this, right? I want you to go take your first step towards your goal. Then, now, do it, right? Whatever that goal is, do something, right? Do something simple. If it's doing 10 minutes of research on Google or writing down what the list of steps you need to take, that's one thing. And then tomorrow, take the first step. And then the next day, take the next step. I even give you Saturday and Sunday off. Okay, anyway, so it's never going to be the perfect time to go after your goals. And on top of your goals, here's what I want to talk about. One more little motivational piece. And I'm doing pretty good on time here. I'm almost 5 minutes out. And I'm almost at 13, so we're doing good. On the topic of goals and motivation, let me give you one more motivational tip, right? I won't always give you two, but because I made you wait while I explain the new format, I want to give you two now, right? You'll have two types of goals. You can break them down into two categories, right? Just about every goal in your life is going to be either a give-up goal or a go-up goal. Now, go-up goals are things like I want to go up in my life. I want to improve my relationship. I want to get that promotion. I want to be the #1 salesman. I want to be the valedictorian of my class, right? Those are go-up goals. Give-up goals are like ones like where I want to give up procrastinating. I want to give up smoking, give up drinking. I want to give up eating chocolate. Well, that's not going to happen, right? Give up eating too much, right? Whatever it is, those are give-up goals. Here's something. You can get some motivation from other people by sharing your give-up goals with your supportive friends and family, those that you trust to help you, right? Those that will support you in your efforts to give up those things. If they will, go tell them what it is you want to give up. And you'll find that you might be able to get away with sneaking it past yourself. But those that are real friends and those that are in your close circle of family members will not let you get away with breaking your word to them. Well, not very often anyway. So share your give-up goals with those close friends and those true friends and those in that inner family circle, those that you know will support your give-up goals. All right? Well, I want to wrap up because I'm trying to keep within my time limit. So I want you to go answer the questions. How do you feel? How do you want to feel? And stop waiting for the moon and the sun and the stars to align and take the first step towards your goal now. All right? And then share your give-up goals. Now, here's what I'm going to be talking about quickly over the rest of the week before we roll out of here. Tuesday, how are you using your talents? Right? Okay? That was going to be your question. I want you to think about that. And I'm going to talk about controlling your frustration. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about the supreme good, all about your attitude. On Thursday, here's something a little random, possibilities or availabilities. Think about that. I'm not going to share with you the specifics on that until when? On Thursday. And then finally on Friday, you know what? Like any good business, when it comes to your goals, you're going to have to take some inventory. So we're going to talk about taking inventory when it comes to your goals. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about the new format as it comes along. And as I always say, think successfully. Take action. Talk to you soon.